The sky over Berlin. That's Robert Grahn's workplace. He's a specialist in taking bird's-eye view photos. By day or by night. The 50-year-old knows the German capital like the back of his hand. He's been a professional aerial photographer for 20 years.
The best thing about this profession is sitting in the cockpit, not above the clouds, because then you couldn't take any aerial photos. In the cockpit, you can watch from above how landscapes change and develop over time.
Grahn was born in Potsdam, just outside Berlin. His biggest challenge is nighttime photography. Pictures as sharply focused as these were unheard of just a few years ago. The latest digital technology has made it possible. Earlier, cameras just weren't sensitive enough to light. And Grahn has a favorite Berlin building to photograph, day or night.
For the last 15 years, my favorite motif has been Berlin's television tower. Its polished steel surface makes it possible to take its picture from below at any time of day. And from the air, you get Berlin's skyline in the background. It's fascinating. No picture's like another. It's a new view every time.
Grahn is one of about 35 recognized aerial photographers in Germany. As a teenager, he dreamed of becoming a pilot. When that didn't work out, he became a photographer. Years later, he found the way to combine photography and flying.
Photography was a roundabout way of coming back to flying. There are strict criteria for becoming a pilot. Back then, I didn't qualify. And later, I found the way via photography. At some point, after flying with lots of pilots to take aerial photos, I decided I wanted to fly myself.
16 years ago, he got his pilot's license. Since then, he's flown and taken pictures at the same time. That way, he gets exactly the angle he wants.
If you're sitting 2 meters away from the pilot, he can't imagine exactly what you have or want in your viewfinder. And then at some point, after I had my pilot's license and enough flying experience, I realized I could combine them.
Grahn launched his own photo agency in 1999. It's one of the few in Germany that specializes in aerial photos. He has about 200,000 of them in his archives. He sells his pictures to newspapers and magazines, but also to private clients. Grahn doesn't restrict himself to Berlin. He's taken aerial photos of Dubai, over the Persian Gulf, and in South Africa.
For the 2010 Football World Cup in South Africa, we were the only photo agency that offered aerial images of all the stadiums. I went all around South Africa in 5 days. We spent 8 to 10 hours in the air every day. And then at 10 in the evening, in the hotel, we'd send the pictures back to Berlin via the laptop. Those are really thrilling highlights, but everyday routine in the agency is different.
Grahn's main source of income is pictures of construction sites and commercial buildings. They're commissioned by people who want to present their real estate with photos. This is a business service, not art. Grahn sees himself primarily as a tradesman. He lets his creativity flow in his night photos. He considers his photography book Nacht über Berlin to be art.
With the human eye, I don't see the light atmosphere when I fly past. The camera processes the residual light effect. These are things that you notice afterward. You've flown at 130, 140, 150 kilometers an hour over things, and then they look really fascinating.
Robert Grahn plans another photo book on Berlin, this time contrasting day and night photos. He may know the German capital from the air like no one else, but even after 20 years, there's always something new for him to discover.